Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Retro Farmhouse. Today's projects are sponsored by the art store ARTEZA. They were kind enough to send me some of their products to review and use in my next DIY project. So I'm going to go over some of the items that they sent me. So the first item that they sent me was this 20, it actually says outdoor indoor acrylic colors, paint colors, and all of these colors, they come with a lot of primary colors, a lot of different some different metallic colors as well. And the first thing that I noticed about this paint is that you can use it outdoor as well. So if you have projects that maybe you want to use under your porch or maybe outdoor area, this definitely holds up to that as well. And the other part I noticed just from using some of these was the fact that the consistency of the paint is definitely thicker, which I really liked. A lot of the colors are very vibrant. The pigmentation on them is really good as well, so I really love those, and I'll insert a picture here of all of the colors that do come in this set. Now the next thing that they sent me was this ARTEZA, it's an 8 metallic marker set. This was really neat. You can use this on, it says on fabrics, on wood, plastic, ceramic, and glass. So this was definitely something else that I was excited to use in our upcoming projects. And then lastly, they sent me this pack. It's like a 42 vinyl self-adhesive pack. I'm definitely excited to use this in my silhouette machine for some of my next projects, and so we'll definitely get into using that, and I'll show you guys some of the colors that they have in this pack as well. So for today's projects, I did like to use some of my items. You know me, I like to use recycled items, reclaimed items. So some of those, 2 of the projects are made out of those, and then I have another one that was just an idea that I saw on Pinterest that I wanted to recreate. So I hope that you guys enjoy today's projects. If you do like some of these projects or products from ARTEZA, there's a link down below that you'll be able to click and you can get 10% off. So definitely check that out. That helps me out as well, as I am an ARTEZA affiliate. So just check out those links and see what other great products they have. They have lots of different things for people who are doing DIYs, art projects, anything like that. So without further ado, let's get into doing today's video. So I'm going to start out with this piece of cardboard, and I'm just marking it at 12 by 20 inches. I ended up using a box cutter to cut this. I just find like that's more easier to use than a pair of scissors. Next, I'm going to take this leftover peel and stick vinyl tile or vinyl planks that I got for a previous project in our house, and I'm just reusing these and marking these at the same mark, and I'm going to cut these with my X-Acto knife as well. And usually when you cut these, you do have to use just a couple passes, and then they snap really easily. These were pretty cheap. I got these from Lowe's, and I believe they were like $1 something, so they're actually really great if you want that wood look for certain projects. I took the peeling off the back of these, and just to make sure that it was really secure, I applied a little bit of hot glue as well. And then I applied these across my cardboard. I have this old piece of lattice that we had when we moved here. I had taken it down, I didn't end up using it, so I wanted to repurpose this. So I took this apart and measured it for the sides, and I'm cutting this with my saw. So the colors that I ended up using on this are the chocolate, charcoal black, and I ended up using the battleship gray instead of the marshmallow white, just so that I could blend it a little bit better with my background piece. And like I said before, I really liked the thickness consistency of these paints. They're also very well pigmented, so they show up really well with each of the colors that you're applying. Now, if you can't find any specific wood like this in your hardware store, I recommend just using the large stir sticks that you can get from Lowe's or Walmart. They work just as well. They're not as thick as these, but they're about the same width. So they're also very affordable. You can get like a 3-pack of them for 98 cents. Next, I just applied each one of my sides with a little bit of E6000 and hot glue. Next, I'm going to take each one of my spice jars and I'm just applying a little bit of hot glue and winding some jute across the top of these. I also did the same with my jars, applying those with a little bit of E6000 and hot glue, and now I'm just taking my vinyl here and just seeing where I need to place this. I put this in my silhouette machine and cut out a little saying, and it worked really well. I really liked the thickness of this vinyl that I got from ARTEZA, and like I said, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can really do lots of different projects with this. Next, I'm going to use this dowel rod that I got from Walmart, and I had these little beads left over from a pack that I got from the Dollar Tree. You can really use any kind. I know they have some at Hobby Lobby. If you use a coupon, it's a good deal. Or you can get some off of Amazon, and then I just ended up using one of these stems of lamb's ear for this next project. So I started out by taking some of the ARTEZA colors in Papaya Whip, Persian Green, and the Battleship Gray. And I am just putting my beads in between a 2 set of foam blocks. I ended up putting these on those barbecue skewers because it was going to make it easier to paint. You can also, like I said, just use the natural wood ones if you want to. Sometimes those might be easier, but these are the ones that I had on hand. So I thought, well, let's just paint these some different colors and see how this turns out. So I'm starting with the Papaya Whip, and I'm just applying a couple coats to each set of these. Once I was finished with this, I just strung each one of my beads on 3 separate strings, making the first one the shortest, the next one a little bit longer, and then the final one a little bit longer than that. And I just created a different pattern. You can really do whatever you feel like you want to see. And then I applied this with a little bit of hot glue, taking my jute twine and winding that around, and then just cutting off the excess. Next, I'm just taking some of my lamb's ear and I'm just applying this to the top of my rod with some hot glue. And then to hang this, I ended up just using a little piece of jute and winded that around each side. Next, I took some of my scrap pieces that ended up coming off of this lattice, and I wanted to make like a little artwork with them. So they already had these angles cut. So I went ahead and put this together, and I'm just gonna trim this in a square pattern. And so I'm taking my square here and I'm just marking off where I want to apply this. So again, if you want to just make this and you obviously don't have the scrap wood handy, you can just cut these at 45-degree angles down the middle and then just stack them one over top of each other, and then just draw your square piece of where you're going to cut these out. I found it easier to take these one at a time over to my saw and cut these out and then replace them back. That way I knew where the pattern was. For the backing, I ended up cutting out a piece of leftover plywood that I had, and next I'm going to take my ARTEZA paints in these specific colors, and I'm just going to apply these over different boards. I wanted to kind of create a variety, but I didn't want them all to be the same, so I just dry brushed each one of these on. To apply these, I just ended up using a little bit of wood glue and place these one at a time. I liked using the wood glue because it definitely is going to be sturdy, but it also gives me a chance to move these around before it sets. And here's how today's projects turned out. I wanted to show you that even though if you don't have a silhouette machine, these metallic markers are great for drawing in any type of wording or patterns that you want to use. I use this on vinyl and glass and it works great. I ended up hanging this little wall piece in my daughter's room. It really matches some of the boho items that she has, but really you could put this anywhere or make it any type of color if you wanted to make it more of a neutral color like a gray and a white or anything like that. I think it adds a little bit to the farmhouse theme. And then I really loved how this little piece of artwork came out using the reclaimed wood that I had. I love the different colors on this. You could also make it any type of colors, but the colors are so vibrant. That's one of the reasons why I love the ARTEZA paints. I'd like to thank them again for sending me some of their items. If you guys are interested, definitely check out their products. I'm gonna put those links below as well as the 10% off. So thanks guys again for watching my video, and we'll see you again next time.